Vitahe.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Nina. And we're going to teach you about nuclear energy disasters.
Did you know what happened at the 3 Mile Island?
I have no idea.
Did you say the 3 Mile Island disaster?
A reactor in Middletown, Pennsylvania, on March 28, 1979, partially melted. This happened because the plant experienced a failure in the secondary non-nuclear section of the plant. In the control room, the instruments indicated that the valves were closed. As a result, the staff in the plant was unaware of the cooling water that was pouring out of the open valve. How this happened was either from a mechanical or electrical failure, which prevented the main feed water pumps from sending water to the steam generators that remove heat from the reactor core. So if the cooling water is not there to cool down the reactor is going to overheat. The small radioactive that was released had no detectable health effects on plant workers or the public, but the aftermath brought changes to the emergency response planning, reactor operating training, human factor engineering, radiation protection, and many other areas of nuclear plant operations. It also caused the NRC to tighten and heighten its regulatory oversight, and pregnant women and preschool-aged children within 5 miles of the radius were advised to leave the area. This overheating caused the turbine generator to automatically shut down, and the pressure in the primary system began to increase. In order to control the pressure, the pilot-operated relief valve opened. The valve should have closed when the pressure fell to proper levels, but it became stuck open.
Dang, that 3 Mile Island disaster sure was a hoot.
It sure was.
What's Chernobyl?
I don't know.
What's Chernobyl?
Tell me.
The effects of this disaster were 2 workers died right away and 28 plant workers died later than that, a few weeks later due to radiation poisoning. It was a direct consequence of the Cold War isolation because it decreased safety and there were inadequately trained personnel that made the flawed reactor design. What happened in Fukushima, Japan?
Fukushima, Japan?
3 nuclear reactor cores melted down, causing a nuclear accident on March 11, 2011. The power supply and cooling of 3 Fukushima Daiichi reactors was disabled. An earthquake had occurred that day, following with a 15-meter tsunami that disabled the power of the 3 Fukushima Daiichi reactors. Which resulted in a nuclear accident. The 3 reactors all melted down the first 3 days. The effects were that it carried radioactive material for miles. The wildlife around the reactors were majorly decreased. This caused the evacuation of many families, which resulted in 1,000 deaths.
I'm hooked.
Are there any more United States of America nuclear disasters? Freedom country?
Steam explosion in what is now Idaho. The laboratory occurred on January 3, 1961. A small power plant was destroyed after a control rod was removed manually. Removing the control rod made the reactor critical, increasing the reactivity. The reactor fuel increased, causing the plate-type fuel to melt. The fuel interacted with water in the vessel, which produced an explosive formation of steam. This killed 3 operators. Dang, how can we be safe from this? I don't know. I need to know. Go.
Did somebody ask the question, how can they be safe during nuclear disasters?
There are many safety concerns regarding nuclear disasters. There are large amounts of radioactive material that could be released into the environment, which causes a lot of air pollution, radioactive waste. There needs to be a place for it to be stored and disposed safely and correctly to make sure there are no dangerous radiation particles that are expelled into the atmosphere. Another safety concern is that unborn children can have birth defects. And transporting nuclear fuels to and from plants represent a pollution hazard because of how unsafe it is to store and preserve nuclear waste. But how safe is it?
It's not!
Okay.
Nuclear energy is super dangerous because the reactors are so unstable. These reactors explode often, which leaks radiation poisoning into the atmosphere. The poisoning is very dangerous to anyone exposed. Plus, nuclear reactors are super expensive.
Are there any more USA?
Steam explosion in what is now Idaho.
No, Idaho?
Yeah, anymore because
does.
I don't have cancer.
This is hard. I can't balance on here.
Fukushima, Japan. Okay? Fukushima, Japan.
Should I go still?
I'm biting. Cause the leaking to a. Bless you.
Thank you.